Well, how about this one, brother? I know you're excited for it. And I know you're excited just for me saying this, but number 24, Tennessee, on the road, 6-point favorite against, I believe, number 17, Pitt. The over-under 67.5 points. Game kicks off at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central on ABC, nationally televised for them Vols, Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like in the ball game?
Who do I like, Mike? Who do I like? It's been nonstop all week. Pitt, woe is me. We're a little conference. They're just playing this thing down. You know why they're doing that, Mike? Because when they get beat, they don't have to answer questions to their own media. Because Tennessee is a different program than they were last year. You hear the coaches. They're talking. I mean, we're knocked off 4 seconds per play. So this Tennessee offense is an efficient machine right now. There's some question marks on defense, but we've discussed that earlier this week. I think a lot of that had to do with vanilla play calling. I do think there was some mistakes clearly, but some of that may get exposed a little bit against Pitt because I do like Pitt. I've watched a little bit of that West Virginia game. They've got some weapons. They got a hell of an offensive line, and they can make this a ball game if we allow it. I just don't think we allow it. I think Tennessee's not going to do like they did last year and just, play with their food here. They're going to come out and eat. As Heupel likes to say, don't even look at the damn scoreboard because that thing's going to be ringing all night long. So give me them Tennessee Volunteers big, 42. Pitt staying in it. I think it's going to be a shootout there for a little bit. 28. They just can't keep up with them Volunteers.
Yeah, speaking of, little clips here, we got another one, Shade. This Pitt Lyman thinks Tennessee – it's a pretty ball club.
It's going to be a great team to go against. Very big boys, going to be the prettiest team we probably see, but we're excited to take on the challenge. Can't wait for it.
Other lessons you
is he trying to say? It sounds to me like he's saying they're soft. How about you?
Oh, well, I don't care what he says because he's going to get that ass whooped here in a little bit.
And, we forgot to mention, Shane, we cannot omit this. This is the Johnny Majors Classic.
Yes.
Rest in peace, one of the best of all time. Won the national championship at Pitt. But a heck of a coach, one of the best of all time. Of course, these two played last year. Pitt won 41-34. But, we've been saying it all week, Shane. I mean, Pitt has regressed. Tennessee has gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where this game is played. You referenced the West Virginia game. I watched that myself over the today, leading up to this, and man, I come away with it thinking West Virginia should have won that ball game. So, Pitt did have 5 sacks in the ball game. That is something that is certainly caught my attention because if they win the line of scrimmage against Tennessee's offensive line, that is key to them not only staying in this game but to potentially even winning it. So that's something to consider. Tennessee has scored 45 or more points in 4 consecutive games, Shane. That's a record going back to 1993. That's how red hot the Vols are. Tennessee's got the number 1 scoring offense in the SEC. Pitt's got the number 11 scoring defense in the ACC. So,
right.
Mismatch. Tennessee 42, Pitt 27. Again, we almost have the identical score there, but I got a little bit more confidence in your Vols than you do, Shane.
I know, man. I tell you what, Johnny Majors, not to go, but I go back on because I didn't touch on it. One of my favorite coaches, my grandfather, passed away, this year. This was his coach, and there was camps. I don't know if you remember, Mike, but when Fulmer came in, there was a lot of people who didn't like Fulmer. They loved Johnny Majors and what he did down here and the culture he created. I've got a picture of me and my brother at an orange and white game with Coach Johnny, and I wanted nothing more than to play football for Mr. Majors. So I hate that we lost him, and he's still all around Knoxville down here, and I hope he's a big part of Pitt too. Winning national championship for them was really big. So don't forget that storyline because it does have meaning, and it's why it's a classic in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.